really quickly, I'm going to talk about, and I said this in another video, about the time that I suspect that a shape-shifting person, a person who shapeshifts, tried to host my body. I already said in other videos, I have a practice, I have a practice, and I don't have a social life because I choose not to. I also just don't want to be around a lot of people. I have my own opinions about people in general and all of that stuff. I just don't want to be around people. Most of the time, generally speaking, I don't want to be around people. With that being said, the only time any of these agents or assets can interact with me, and I'm using that term, but I'm going to describe exactly what had happened to me, okay? So I bring up my practice because I've talked about this in other videos, where I talk about astral pulling, and sometimes if you're guarded, very guarded, or if you have a lot of protection on you, they need to send someone, the principality, the algorithm, whatever, they need to send someone to you that you're going to interact with that can enter your tortal field, that you're going to have some sort of bonding with, kinship with, etc. Because energetically it makes a tie, it makes some sort of like link chain, and they can pull you via that, like some get over here shit, like some scorpion shit, right, in the astral. So this one time I had this astral experience where they tried to, and I suspect, remove me from my consciousness or take my consciousness out of my body. And the experience went like this. I have a practice, and so the only way they'd have to find someone to infiltrate my tortal field by gaining a relationship. This woman was sent to me, this girl. She's fun, and we bounce off each other, yada, yada, yada. But I'm not thinking anything of that. At this time, my defenses are very, very high because I know something's going on and I know that I need to keep my guard up. But she's coming every single week to my practice, for some reason. Maybe it was like for 6 weeks or 4 weeks she was doing it or something like that. The very last time I saw her was when this shapeshifter used her image as a way to infiltrate my practice astrally. They used her image because I had maybe some minor connection with. Take the image of that person so that they could have access into my realm and my domain, which is my toroidal view, my toroidal field, which is controlling my reality. So how the dream starts is I'm just, as I am a practitioner, I'm sitting in my chair, and this person, the client, who's this woman, this girl that has been coming to me, it's like an average day, walks into my practice and proceeds to lay down as if they're going to have a service, but then they don't lay down. Before they even lay down, they actually get up, and it's like they were trying to hold me down, but when I felt what was happening to me, like as I was being held down, I looked behind me and I had a shadow figure behind me, and the shadow figure was like laying witness to what was happening, I guess. And the shapeshifter, as it's trying to then suck on me, because it gets up from laying down as if it was here to have a service, but then it doesn't have a service, it then proceeds to come towards me and try to suck off of me, like just take my essence, like it was trying to pull my essence out of me. That's what it felt like. And as I'm going through this experience, I come to lucidly in this astral space, and I rip this person's head off. I rip it off. I just go, fuck, and I rip it off. Mind you, oh God, this night, the night that I had this dream, other things were happening too. It was like a poltergeist, okay? I was in this house by myself, which is really rare. There's always somebody in the fucking house. Both of the people that I live with are compromised. One is completely oblivious, filled with inoculations inside of their veins, oblivious, narcissistic, doesn't know what's going on, but copies everyone to be informed. Do you understand? The other person is more insidious, is more calculated. And they were both gone conveniently this night. And the same night before I had this dream, they were yelling, telling, as if they were telling an entity to kill me. They kept saying, fuck that. Oh God, I don't even want to repeat the language. They just kept calling me a B. They kept calling me the N-word. They kept calling me a bitch. They kept calling me, saying, whispering, killer, 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 like over and over and over, like, but yelling it like a chant. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and then I go to sleep because I ain't scared of shit. So they're still going off. They're human beings, by the way. They're still going off. And I proceed to go to sleep because I'm beginning to be aware, like, okay, there's some auditory bullshit happening. Maybe it's technology. Maybe it's an incantation. I'm still trying to figure it out. This happened almost exactly a year ago as I'm posting this, or as I'm making this video. And I go to sleep. I just try to go to sleep. I'm hearing them chant this madness, and then I just go to sleep because I already knew that if they're able to tamper into the mind, and I've already had some experiences with the dream state with what they were doing, and so I began to realize that, okay, this is some kind of like mental manipulation, government crap. Like, this is not like, perhaps it's the neighbor tampering with some sort of black magic that they don't even fucking know all about, but this is some other shit. And especially because I had been going through other things like being harassed by helicopters, being harassed by planes, or trying to harass me, I should say, because they're not harassing me. It's not working, but they're trying to harass me by helicopters. They're trying to harass me by planes. They're trying to do certain things to me to destabilize me. They're trying to tamper with my business so that it's hard for me to pay my rent or do this, or like, you know what I'm saying? So I had this dream. I ripped this person's head off, and I can just hear them on the other side because the veil is so thin. Whatever they did it on a specific day where it was close to my birthday, and it was actually, I think, the day before my birthday. It was something like that, and the stars were aligned in such a way where the moon, basically the constellation of Virgo, was giving birth to the moon, which only happens every like 1,200 years. It's something like that. On that night, it was a full moon, I think, as well. And that's when all of this shit happened. Or maybe it wasn't a full moon. I think it was September 6th when this all happened. And when I ripped this person's head off, I can tell that they did not expect this. And then they proceeded to, again with the epithets, as I hear them, say fuck you. It's a man. He's saying fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. We're gonna kill you. Fuck you. Like over and over. Like, and then this girl, this woman, he's doing this with this woman. And mind you, there's about 5 of them together, but there's 2 of them that are like the main ones that I guess infiltrate the person's brain. And they're the ones that do all the orchestrating or whatever, while there's like 3 or maybe another 2 that hang outside of it. And she messed up because she called the guy by his name and she's like, Paul, shut up. Don't say anything. Hey, she's like, Paul, be quiet. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Paul, be quiet. Just be quiet. And I can tell that Paul, who was calling me the N-word in the dream space where he's not supposed to fucking be, he is new to this. Like, he's just initiated somehow. I could tell he was initiated. This was like his first rodeo, and he was the easiest fucking target because he was the weakest for me in terms of my fucking retaliation. I'll talk about my retaliation in another fucking video. And they're all very weak. They seem like Caucasoidal people who have never experienced the world, the real world, never went through adversity or hardship, and are so entitled and so bombastic. That's what they seem like. And I know that they're not Negroids, because why the fuck would a Negroid say that, call another Native Indigenous person the N-word like that, with the hard R, with the hard R, with the hard R. And he is, whoever they recruited, he's avid racist. He's an avid prejudiced person. So it is what it is. I already think that they're all like this, so it doesn't really matter, then they must be. But anyways, I want to say that's what happened to me in a nutshell. I'm actually concealing a lot of things because I'm still in it, and I need things to go a certain way, or not need it, but I want justice, and justice for me does not necessarily look like a ton of money and everything. At this point, I want their souls. I want their heads. I want... Fuck all the other shit, okay? Where's the usurper? Where is the treacherous ones? Let me handle this. Like, give me their heads. Like, just give me the body and let me commence justice. That's where I'm at with this. Fuck the money. Lay them down so that I can commence justice. That's where I'm at with this. Fuck all the other shit. I think the most important thing for anybody who's dealing with this to do in this situation is to remain grounded. And luckily for you, there's so many things that you can ground yourself with in this reality. You have television. You can literally ground yourself with television. You can, in a sense, because it's so dense, and whatever they're spewing to you is so dense. I wouldn't advise that, though. How do you get grounded from all of this madness and all of this BS? Rationalize. Rationalize the world. Stop gaslighting yourself. Stop telling yourself that, oh, that can't be the case. Oh, that wouldn't happen. Oh, no, it is happening, and it is real. Be more confident. Anyways, I haven't seen anyone online talking about this. I know I'm not the only one who's seen what I've seen, and if I had to guess, they've probably done this to quote-unquote celebrities. Definitely. But something tells me this has nothing to do with money. I'm going to reiterate, this has nothing to do with money. And why the principality would do this to a person has usually, like 99% of the time, has nothing to do with money. This is about energetic weight. spiritual inheritance, metaphysical inheritance, resonance within our plane and within the astral. Because the astral is such a fluid domain, the people that cannot have dreams, it's quite possible that their astral form is being hosted. Their actual bodies, their actual astral body, their astral body is being hosted by something else, by someone else who doesn't have a form.